This is Brian Waller, Zoning Board of Appeals Chairman. I'll actually skip this part because we don't have any members or staff on the phone. So, meeting, it is 7:04 p.m. This open meeting of the Grafton Zoning Board of Appeals is being conducted both remotely and in person, consistent with the temporary provisions of the open meeting law, which extends remote meeting protocols through March 31st, 2027. This meeting is convening by a Zoom video conference and in person, as posted on the meeting agenda, which can be found on the Town of Grafton website. Please see the meeting agenda for details on how to participate remotely. Please note that this meeting is being recorded. All participation within this meeting will be visible to others. Please be aware that other people may be able to see you, and that you should take care not to screen share your computer. Anything that you broadcast may be captured by the recording of this meeting, and that the recording may be published or rebroadcast at a later date. This meeting may feature public comment. For anyone that is attending virtually, if you'd like to request acknowledgement to speak, please use the raise hand feature in Zoom. The meeting administrator will enable you to speak when it's your turn. For those on the phone exclusively, the meeting administrator will enable you to speak. For anyone in person, we will ask you to step up to the podium to speak. All speakers, please state your name and address prior to your comments or questions. Finally, each vote taken in this meeting will be done by a roll call vote. So, let's see. So we will start with 9 Logan Path, case number 906, which is the continuation of a special permit. And this application was originally filed in June of 2024.
Correct.
And has been continued since then. So I will turn it over to the applicant to give us an update.
Sure. Hi. Thanks for having me back. So I am back today because finally got approval from conservation. The proposed project is to replace a single family home that's currently located in 9 Logan Path. The house is currently very dilapidated. It's really not repairable. It needs to be replaced. So my proposal is just replacing a single family home with another single family home, and the footprint is almost the same. I know that I think 1 or 2 members mentioned about the setback. I think it should be pretty detailed from the conservation plan, the engineering plan work, the most recent plan. But I know that on my building plan, I had requested the building to be 10 feet further back than the existing building, because I did that intentionally because I know how narrow the street is. I want to make sure that future parking space will not be on the street but off the street, and that was my intention. I also intentionally narrow the house. The original house, I think it's 30 feet wide. The replacement will be 28, so a little narrow. It will be a little longer. The original house, I believe, is 38 feet long. The existing, the replacement will be 40 feet. And that's really to fit better with the plot, because the plot is very narrow up front, and so making the house a little narrow I think makes sense. And the lot is very long, so just extend it 2 feet longer also makes sense there. So yeah, I just think that it's good for the neighborhood to have this house replaced. It's been in this condition for years, probably even over 10 years. So I gone through quite a bit of work with conservation to make sure that there's minimal disturbance to the environment, for this project. So yeah, I look forward to your question, and I hope to get the approval to get this completed.
Right. Thank you. What questions do we have from the board?
Mr. Chair, do we have a zoning determination? No, that was a point of contention at the original hearing, and Mr. Berger had provided kind of some top-of-mind comments orally in the meeting, but there was concern that, a complete demolition and replacement wouldn't necessarily align with the bylaws, and the recommendation I think at that time was to work with the building department on what the compliant path forward would be, and I just don't know what the outcome of that was.
So if I, and this is fresh in my mind because I actually watched the that original meeting today. There's going to be nothing left of the prior structure, right?
Food, they're talking to you.
Oh, correct. Everything is to be removed.
Is there any portion of the prior structure, and I don't know what percentage would be necessary to consider it to be rebuilt versus or to be, I guess, modified versus rebuilt? Does that mean one foundation wall that's preserved, or any idea?
I mean, it
Yeah,
seemed
yeah.
like Mr. Berger seemed to imply in the meeting that there was some flexibility there. Commented on a single wall, and then maybe you do something to even beef up that wall or replace it later down the road. But yeah, I just, without a zoning determination or any insight from somebody as to how we get there, I don't know how we currently comply with the bylaw.
Is that even our concern? We're not giving them a building permit. We're just giving them a special permit to do something. Are we giving a special permit because of offsets, or?
Because it was a pre-existing non-conforming, and I believe it's
The
the
lot,
setbacks on the side.
and the lot's small, and probably the frontage isn't
So it's a
correct for it.
pre-existing non-conforming lot, because in an R20 zone, it has to have 20,000 square feet and 120 feet of frontage, and this doesn't have either of that.
I mean, I don't know, leaving one wall, I've seen fires rip you rip the whole building down, but I guess you make sure you have a building permit before you rip it down. I wouldn't go rip it down, just get a demolition permit. I'd make sure I had a building permit too.
And in a fire or any sort of destruction, then they could rebuild what was there, and that would be protected under the bylaws.
As is. The same
Yeah,
structure,
within
right?
is kind of the same thing that we went through with the sign at the liquor store on
Yeah.
Worcester Road. But they would have to do it within 12. They'd have to come before us within 12 months and have to be done within 2 years. Here, with a complete demolition and rebuild. And to your point, I think you're right. I don't think it's necessarily within our purview, but I don't know that the applicant necessarily wants a special permit that they can't build with.
I mean, if he hasn't worked it out with the building department yet,
Well, we've got a new building commissioner too,
yeah, I realize that.
so granted,
She hasn't opined on.
I mean, if it were me and we grant this tonight and I was the applicant, I would move cautiously forward before I wouldn't just ask for I don't think a demolition permit. I'd want a demolition and a building permit. But
So
what are the setbacks?
All right, so-
I missed that chart that plan that you had up there that showed the setbacks. is that an original?
Yeah, this is what it was. And I think it's pretty much the same, except the driveway has changed, is the only difference. He still has the front porch. He has it 40 feet. The deck is 14.5.
And the width has come down, right? 30 to 28.
Yeah, it's 28, and it was 28 on here. Oh, here, I'm
Are
sorry.
you gonna-
I'm sorry. I thought I was sharing.
I
Forgive
thought he
me.
said it was 26 wide, or it was 30 and it came down.
It was
to
30,
20?
came down to
It
20.
was
Okay,
30. It
gotcha.
came down to
Okay.
28. It's 40, which is 40 on here. The deck is 14.5, which is probably the same here.
Was that the original in,
This is what he submitted, which is what it looks like the exact same on the plan for
for now?
for now
This
that was
is
just
new.
done.
This is new.
No. The one on the screen was what he submitted to us a year ago. This is the engineered plan for conservation that you're looking at. So this is what conservation just approved with all of everything.
So we can use that as an exhibit, in other words,
Yes, absolutely.
for the
yeah.
numbers on it, because
Yes.
this one doesn't have any offsets.
So also, per our bylaws, section 3424, non-conforming single-family or two-family residential structures may be reconstructed, extended, altered, or structurally changed upon a determination by the inspector of buildings that such proposed reconstruction, extension, alteration, or change does not increase the non-conforming nature of said structure. He's meeting all the setbacks.
He's not on the sides.
Oh, that's right, because it's a 10-foot setback where it needs to be
And-
15.
And yeah, Mr. Berger in the prior meeting had specifically called that section out. Apparently, he was the author of it, and said that if they tried to rebuild under that section, they would have to meet all the setbacks. And I think the sides are the
Right.
pinch points.
Right.
And the only other question I'd have about using this plan is I think the applicant said that they pushed the house back further, so that might improve some of the side setbacks.
Right.
Right. I mean, maybe if you guys want to continue it and then on this plan, give us all the setbacks. The one that conservation just approved, because there's no setbacks on here and we need to know what the setbacks are.
Right.
If you can clarify that for me, the setback is in the
The setbacks of the building from the side lot lines. So if you can see the screen, you gave us this site plan, which shows the
Right.
setbacks. What you gave to conservation is another site plan. It's more engineered for what they needed, but it didn't show any of the setbacks on it, which I don't understand why your engineer didn't put them on there. They should have. So we need to have the the setbacks from each side, and from the front before they
So-
can make a determination.
So we're unable to use this here. This is also from the engineer.
But they didn't give us the setbacks, fool.
So there's,
They didn't give us any of the setbacks on the building, which they should have done. I'm surprised they didn't
On the conservation plan.
on the conservation plan, because conservation doesn't concern themselves with the setbacks. We do.
so really what
Okay.
we need is this, what you see on the screen, which you submitted previously. So sort of a zoomed in version, that doesn't have the, what do you call the elevation lines,
The topography.
topography,
Yeah.
thank you.
But if he's moved the house for conservation purposes,
Right. We need
that
to know.
we need that plan, the old plan corrected then.
Right.
Right,
Which
so
we
what I'm
need.
saying is we need this
We need
updated.
this.
Updated.
We
match.
need either that
Yes,
updated or this
yes.
or this.
Right.
So the document that's being shared right now, that need to be updated, you saying?
Right. Well, it needs to, one of them needs, so what you have approved through conservation does not show what the setbacks are. What you originally
Okay.
gave us that did. So they have to mirror each other. So I would just go back to this engineering company that did the plan for conservation and have them input your setbacks. So we need the front setback from your front lot line to the front porch. We need the side setback from each corner of the front of the house and each corner of the rear of the house, and then the setback all the way from the deck to the very rear of the property.
So everything that's being shown on the
Yes.
share screen
Yeah.
needs
Yes.
to be on the updated document from
Correct.
conservation.
Yep.
Well, no,
Okay.
no, they can be two separate things.
Yeah.
So the one you submitted tonight, that's perfectly fine. It just doesn't have all the information that we need for our purposes. So it would be in
Okay.
addition to that. So you don't need to take the conservation plan and add this additional information to it. You can give us a different version that looks like the one on the screen that's much more simple, you know, and takes away the construction details and
Topography line.
The topography lines
Yep.
and everything like that. So if you call the engineer and tell him the zoning board of appeals needs, and what they also don't have on here is the zone you're in and what the required setbacks are and what the current setbacks are, or what the proposed setbacks are. So that's
Yeah.
what we need on the plan.
Okay, and just I guess just from my layman perspective, why can't we use this one here? Because this is also from the engineer.
Because I don't know if they're the same.
you said you've changed this since it was submitted, right?
No, it hasn't. It's so the engineer used this to overlay exact same position for the conservation because we know we don't want to change anything
But
for
The
it to work.
impervious, they're all
The
numbers are
impervious,
different.
the impervious are different numbers, and your driveway layout is different. So so what was approved through conservation, we need a certified plot plan or a site plan matching what was approved in conservation, but showing us the setbacks.
Okay, actually, are you saying that the original structure was 30 feet wide?
Correct.
Okay, I misunderstood. I thought since the prior version of the plan, you had reduced it to 28.
No.
But I can see on the
28.
plan, it's 28. On the
Correct.
2024 version. Okay.
So the dimension, nothing changed from what you see on the
Okay,
document
so
being
the-
shared.
So we do have all the setback information.
Right.
Do you have that in hard copies? Can you print that out, Katrina?
But is it, his impervious
How is
numbers are
this the same?
different.
Yeah,
His
it's
impervious
different.
numbers are different.
It's because that doesn't
Because
show
of the
the driveway.
driveway.
Right.
Yeah, everything.
Right.
The house and the deck are the
Okay,
same.
okay.
Right.
Yeah.
This one here does not show the driveway. I can pull up the other one he had. Hold on. Actually, I think it's in my email. That might be just easier for me to pull up.
But the impervious calculation,
Is different.
well, it is, but it doesn't, he has room there.
Yeah. So on
You can go up
this
to
one,
25.
25 total and a change of 50%.
Oh, but the changes in this.
Yeah.
50% what?
So he can increase the impervious by up to 50% of what the original was.
Oh,
But
okay.
the whole impervious surface has to be less than 25 because it's an overlay.
Yeah,
But yeah, he's got room on both.
so we gotta have that on the plan. It's on this one, right?
it's on this one. So if anything, if anything you approved, it would have to be based on this plan versus the other one.
Yeah, I mean
But
that's a
this
great
one
point. This probably has more information, including everything that's on the other plan,
It does,
correct?
well,
Except this.
yes and no. So the difference is the plan you submitted, the one that's on the screen right now, it doesn't show the zoning requirements on it, which is what zone you're in, what the required lot size, setbacks, front lot width are that we require. is not on this plan. So that's the problem, is you've got one plan that says one thing with different impervious numbers, and then this plan that's approved through conservation, but it doesn't have our zoning information on it that we require. So, I mean, it's the board's call, but that's what's missing off this one plan. And if,
Well, I mean, I think we could,
like I said, it's your call. I'm just,
I would be comfortable,
you could have them sign them both.
yeah, just including both and striking the, or the impervious calculations from the old plan.
Mr. Chair.
Really, John?
So I had another more significant issue / question. I don't know if the board's used this provision in the bylaw recently, but section 3.4.3.3 says any non-conforming structure or use which has been abandoned or not used for a period of 2 years shall not be reestablished except in conformance with the bylaw. Now, the special permit application that was submitted in 2015 and 2017 both included findings that noted that the home was currently condemned. I was there today. I don't imagine that there's been a point in the last 8 years when that hasn't been the case. To me, it appears that the home and its use have been abandoned for a period of greater than 2 years. I don't know how we let them not comply with the bylaw.
If I could kind of make a point to that, when I started this process to now, I think it's approaching a year and a half, almost 2 years, and I think the previous owner might have attempted this process, and I can guess that because the process itself takes so long. So if I think you enforce that 2 years requirement, it's going to be very hard to comply. And also, I'm thinking from the perspective of an applicant where I pay tax on this property. So if I pay tax on time, I intend to use this property. So I think in that regard, hopefully you can see that can be defined as use because tax is being paid on this on time.
Has the
And that's the
structure
intention of being used.
has the structure been habitable at any point in the last 10 years?
I can't answer that far because I just don't know that much
so we
detail on that.
We could keep it to the 2. Has the structure been habitable at any point in the last 2 years?
My guess is no. I own it for a year and a half and I bought it in the condition that you see. So I can't imagine, it'd be much different 6 months prior.
So I recognize I may not have a vote on this, but I wouldn't be comfortable moving forward without a zoning determination and potentially legal chiming in on these 2 provisions.
I think that's a good idea. I think that makes sense. Any other comments or questions from the board?
So technically, just a question, he would have to go through this as a new hardship, justify why.
If that last section that I read would apply, it seems like it would force you to comply with the bylaw.
Can you read that again?
Yeah, I was gonna say, read the bylaw.
Any non-conforming structure or use which has been abandoned or not used for a period of 2 years shall not be reestablished except in conformance with this bylaw.
So if I could also add, I think this abandoned or not used, this property has not been abandoned. And again, I think I want to refer to the fact that tax been paid on it. So if it's been abandoned, I think, no one would claim that and no one would be paying tax on it.
That's a,
Yeah, I just want to, so that
was
it
there
specifies non-conforming structure or use. So the structure has been abandoned and not used for a period of greater
It's-
than 2 years.
If it's or, so I think that word is significant.
Right.
So it
So
has to-
either one would disqualify you.
But what 2 years? I mean, you've owned it a year and a half?
Yes.
Correct.
He's
But it's
been
been
doing,
condemned since 2015.
We need counsel.
so then it shouldn't have been able to been sold to him. I don't know how this works. I mean, this is over my head. I know
need
that.
legal.
I mean, what you're suggesting is way over because whoever sold it to him, whoever owned it,
Well, you can sell properties as is. I mean, whether it's condemned or not. I mean, you know what you're buying theoretically.
I've been on the board 20-something years and I never saw that one, so I've never run into it.
Brian, what's the bylaw again that you're saying that, the 2 years, I get that you're talking about, and it's not, what's the bylaw again that we have to follow that you're saying because of the 2 years that's passed? Can you
So-
do that?
It would just make you comply with all. So it would disallow any protected, the non-conformance with the setbacks and those sorts of things. It would make you comply with the bylaws in their entirety.
it's basically the pre-existing condition doesn't exist anymore.
Right.
That doesn't make sense, though.
See, I don't
That doesn't.
really think anybody abandoned it. It might be,
been
it might
working
have
now.
a cease and desist on it or what, but whoever owned it sold it, so they didn't totally abandon it. If they went to California and never heard from them again, then they
Or is
abandoned
it
it.
tax
but-
taking?
Or didn't pay taxes, but evidently the taxes have been paid every year, so to me, that's a form of,
Because there has to be other situations where there was a property that was sold that hadn't been inhabited for more than 2 years, that we gave that a special permit to for whatever reason. I mean, this can't be a unique case, but
Yeah, it just seems, it seems strange that that the 2 years would close any opportunity
Yeah, to-
to build something non-conforming
Right.
right.
right,
on a non-conforming lot.
right.
Then what's the law there for?
Do we need-
What's the bylaw
Yeah.
written?
And that's,
Well, I mean, what are they all written? Or what are we here for?
Yeah, we're here
That's
to,
the
Grant
intent of,
to
exceptions
grant
to that.
exceptions, right.
So then what would happen to it if that was the case?
You couldn't, well, you'd have to either give a variance or you could never do anything, and now you have an abandoned house that's dilapidated, that becomes an eyesore and just
Eventually,
sits there. Eventually kids get in it and destroy it or burn it down or get injured.
right. And nobody's paying taxes,
Correct.
so then you got a neighbor on each side that's
Yeah.
got,
The 2 year thing seems awfully short. I mean,
Yeah,
how
it
many
does.
houses have you seen that have,
There's quite a few in town.
yeah,
I mean, there's the one at the bottom of Brigham Hill right here.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, so I don't know. I don't know if we need legal to chime in if that's really the concern, but
I was going to suggest that.
I don't have a concern with it myself, so.
yeah, at a minimum, I don't know how we move forward without a zoning determination. Especially with, Mr. Berger having raised specific issues at the last hearing. And, with Ms. Sharkey in his seat now.
We could do that, we could do a continuance to get that, I mean, that's,
I'm out till Monday, so I can't do anything till Monday.
how come we don't have a?
I don't know why Bob never wrote one. I honestly have no idea. I would have thought he would have written one on the original, but I'm going through everything in here. And I don't see that he ever wrote one on the original.
Do we have any neighbors, concerns?
No,
No letters?
no. Nothing.
And if I could add, I mean, I can get at least one neighbor that I spoke to support this project, and she's willing to provide evidence of that. And just, what Katrina said, I think all the neighbors are eager to have this house improve.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why Bob never wrote an original.
If I remember, I had a meeting with Bob afterward, and he was a bit conflicted with that bylaw as well. And he mentioned something that might be in the works for the town to change that bylaw. So I don't know if that's his thinking why he didn't put it in.
Chair.
It would take a few years to.
Yeah, it would take a couple years to get that done.
Yeah.
And that bylaw was a little different. That was based on the fact that you needed to leave one structure or part of one structure.
Yeah.
But this is new, I think. This had never come
And
before.
No, it's been in the bylaws. We've just.
No, just in this context,
it's
in
never
this
come up.
case.
yeah.
All right. So,
Should we ask for a continuance for a plan with setbacks and the driveway on it?
So,
but
And,
we shouldn't
and
ask for anything. Would would the applicant like a continuance, or the other option is to have us vote on it with the information that we have, which I think you've kind of heard that there's additional information that we would want to be able to give you a positive outcome on this. So and I think you, at least from my perspective, I think we would like to see some, resolution to this that allows you to rebuild it or to construct what you're trying to construct. But we just have to make sure that it, would survive an appeal. And, that we're not doing something that is completely against the bylaw, or that we have a basis that we can issue a special permit that, isn't void, I guess.
Yes, I understand. I just want to, have one request. I've done a lot of kind of back and forth with engineering work over this year and a half. So I really appreciate information that you need from, let's say, multiple documents. In this case, I think we look at 2 documents, and you have to use both documents to answer the question you had. If you're able to do that instead of requiring me to kind of go back to them, I would really appreciate that. Aside from that, I am, I'm in agreement with continuing this application for you to resolve the legal question.
So, that's your call. If you want us to rely on what we have, where we're not voting tonight, my recommendation would be to ask them, because I would believe that this is a 2-minute thing for the engineer to do.
yeah, Mr.
They
Chair.
should have done it to begin with.
They should have. They should have.
Yeah.
They should have put the
And I-
setbacks on it.
And they should have be able to generate a version of this with it very easily.
Just to be honest with you, Fu, you're gonna have
Yeah.
to submit one for your building permit. You have to submit a certified plot plan showing your setbacks, showing what zone you're in, showing what is currently existing and what is proposed. So you're gonna
Okay.
have to submit it for your building permit. The problem we have is what you submitted on the original packet does not show the driveway and does not give us the impervious calculations on the driveway, where your plan for conservation does. So if you took the
Okay.
plan for that's the problem, but you're still gonna have to give us one with the setbacks with what conservation approved for your building permit anyway. So you're still gonna
Okay.
have to get it no matter what.
And they should
Okay,
have
so
it.
does it make, I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying they should have it. It should be pretty easy if they've already
I'm
put the
surprised
topography
they didn't do it.
together. That I think is very easy for them to just pull together.
Okay, and so does it make sense to have the information transfer onto the plot plan?
Yes.
Is that what you're asking for?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
So basically
okay,
just
I'll ask them then.
revise that plot plan to include the updated impervious cows and the driveway as it's.
Setback,
And the
that way.
setbacks,
Okay,
yeah.
all right. Okay,
Did they?
Well, it already has the setbacks.
We gotta make sure that there's the same as this one. Because,
Wouldn't they have had to do a plot plan in order to do this
well,
part?
that's the whole thing, because Tracy is going to, and we should, since conservation approved this plan, this is what Tracy's gonna have to use. So this is the plan that should have the setbacks on it.
No, but there could be
But if it's the
multiple
same,
versions of the
right,
same
but if it's the
plan.
same as the other one, that's fine. He's just gotta make sure the impervious numbers are the same on that one as this one, because that one didn't show the driveway. That's what we just have to make sure of.
Do we ask, the zoning, do we ask for a zoning determination, or does he?
You can ask for one and I will get it from Tracy.
We did, and that was requested from Bob at the last.
Well,
Meeting.
he's gone, so.
Well, he would write them, but
And can we get an opinion on Brian's question about the,
2-year,
that 2-year deal?
yep.
And the,
Who do we?
I guess the reconstruction issue. I mean, but I think
Right,
we can
right.
grant a permit, for it, right?
I would think. Don't see why not.
Well, see, I don't, because we can grant a special permit to add on to yada, yada, yada. We can't issue a special permit to reconstruct.
We couldn't do a variance.
Well, I think that's where the zoning determination would come in. But
You probably,
it's kind of weird, because if they were using the benefit of the pre-existing non-conforming, you wouldn't need a variance per se. It's
but if they lose the special
right,
permit,
if it,
then
yeah,
it
if
would
it's
be-
lost, then
then
yeah,
it would
then-
be a variance.
right.
That's why why we have town council.
Yeah. I can reach out to them. I can reach out to Tony or Chris.
Is that who it is now? Mm-hmm. What's their name?
Christopher Heap and Tony, I forget Tony's last name. They're out of Wellesley.
Oh, out of Wellesley?
They're very good.
No, we should have that question answered.
Okay.
And then,
I think, I mean,
so can you pull up the original application?
Yeah. You want the application or the plot plan?
The application. Actually, the notice.
The legal notice.
Yep.
It will be, hold on. Oh, God. Why is the legal notice not on here? Alright, hold on, I have to find the legal notice. I know I have it. It's probably in the,
Oh, okay, so this has the language. Take whatever action is necessary, including the granting of a finding, special permit, variance, or other necessary relief allowed under the zoning bylaw. So we can grant a variance even though the legal notice says special permit. Okay. That's what I was worried about, that we would have to republish something. Okay. So, with that, would the applicant like to request a continuance?
Yes.
Okay. So,
Well, we have Snow Rose scheduled for August 21st. I don't know if you want to throw them in there.
are there any other 40As?
No, just the three we have tonight.
I don't know. I'm hesitant to do it at the same time, but I also don't want to schedule a separate meeting.
Well, depending what comes out of these, we might have to do one anyways.
The other two are special permits. They're easy.
Oh, okay. So is Logan Beth. I said so is Logan.
Yeah.
So, if we wanted, if we scheduled it for August 21st, and we determine that there's other items that we can't fit onto that agenda, can we just by email?
No, we'd have to, in open meeting, continue it to another.
Well, we could do that at that meeting on the
Correct.
21st.
Yep,
So it could go beyond, but we wouldn't be able to move it up.
correct.
All right, so let's continue it to the 21st. And hopefully we can just address it then, but so could I have a motion to continue? I don't have the case number.
906.
Case number 906 to August 21st at 7 p.m.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. We'll take a roll call vote. Ms. Reed,
Yes.
Mr. Mejia,
Yes.
Mr. Adams.
Yes.
Are you able to vote on this?
I
Yeah,
said
he watched them all. In. He watched it,
but
took them all.
Jiffy
In.
was actually at the last meeting, and yeah, I'm fine either way.
Actually, so I'll appoint Jiffy as a voting member for the purpose of this case. So Mr. Thomas
Yes.
and Chairman votes yes. So case 906 is continued to August 21st.
So, Fu, if you can just get me the plot plan or a plot plan showing the correct impervious so they both match and the location of the driveway, and to make sure the
Okay.
setbacks are the same. Just get that to me as soon as you can next week, okay?
Okay, so just to make sure I understand, so just update the plot plan with information
Yeah.
from the, okay, all right,
Yep.
sounds
Because I'm
good.
gonna have
Thank
to
you.
I'm gonna have to get that over to the attorney and have the building commissioner take a look at it to do the zoning determination. So I need everything accurate, okay?
Okay,
All right.
I'll work on that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Was
Yeah,
he,
thanks. Bye-bye.
was he advised that he can hire a lawyer?
Thank you. So we'll move on to case number 918, 16 High Street.
Sir, you're 16 high?
Yes.
Come sit up here.
Sit or stand?
You can
Either or, you can sit, if whatever's easiest for you.
And your daughter can join you if she wants.
Excellent. I don't know how long it's gonna be.
She's so cute.
Thank you. I brought her for good luck. Hopefully it pays off.
So I'm going to read the rules of order. The last case was continuance. But these are read before the start of each, or before the first case of the evening. First new case, I should say. So the way that we'll proceed is that the clerk will read the petition, and then the applicant will have the opportunity to present their case. The applicant will have 15 minutes to present and shall present the required information, and all comments should be specific. If there's any opposition, they'll also have 15 minutes to speak. These time limits will be extended only with the consent of the board. Anyone wishing to speak in favor of or in opposition to the petition will then have an opportunity to do so. Letters received in favor of or in opposition to the petition are posted on the Town of Grafton website, if any, but we will acknowledge those in the course of the hearing. If you wish to speak, state your name and address for the record. The board may ask questions from time to time. However, all conversations should be directed through the chair. After all the evidence is presented, the board will enter into discussion and render a decision. At any time during this hearing and prior to a decision being made by this board, the applicant has the option to request that the petition be withdrawn without prejudice or continued until a later date, at which time the applicant could provide additional information favorable to their application. All right, so with that, I will give you the floor.
Okay. Good evening, board members and residents.
I need to read the,
Oh, I'm sorry.
hold on, I need to read
Hold
the
up one
legal
second.
notice.
I'll turn it over to our clerk, Ms.
Just to
Reed.
stay in
No, thank you.
compliance, whatever, okay. The Grafton Board of Appeals has received a petition from Michael Zemansky for 16 High Street requesting that the Zoning Board of Appeals grant a special permit to allow the construction of a second-story addition over an existing single-story portion of the house where the front setback is 40 feet in the neighborhood business zone and the house is 8.7 feet off the front setback on a pre-existing non-conforming house and lot. The board will conduct a public hearing on July 30th, 2025 at 7 p.m. in Conference Room A at the Municipal Center, 30 Providence Road in Grafton, to consider this request and/or take whatever action is necessary, including the granting of a finding, special permit, variance, or other necessary relief allowed under the zoning bylaw. Any person wishing to be heard in conjunction with this request should appear at the time and place designated or by letter to this board in time to be read at the hearing. The July 30th meeting may be accessed via either the following means of Zoom or in person. Zoning Board of Appeals, Brian Waller, William McCusker, Kay Reed, Alex Mejia, Peter Adams, Jiffy Thomas, and Brian Langevin.
Thanks. And sorry for the false start. But
Oh, no worries. No worries.
Gotta follow
So-
the rules.
Once again, good evening, board members and residents. My name is Michał Szymański. I am an architect and the owner of the property at 16 High Street, which is also my primary residence. My wife and I have been residents of Grafton since 2016. We've had 2 of our 3 children here, and since moving in, we became deeply connected with the community. Over the years, we slowly outgrew our existing house and began looking for alternatives that would allow us to stay in the town that we now love so much. After months of research, we concluded that improving our existing house made the most sense for us, as it is virtually the only way for us to make something that will most closely reflect our lifestyle, help support our future needs, and feel truly ours. Taking this approach also allows us to conserve parts of the original structure, make necessary structural and energy efficiency improvements, while also increasing curb appeal. The only thing standing in our way is the pre-existing non-conforming nature of the front setback of our property. We ask the board to consider granting us this special permit for the proposed improvements, as we see no negative impact on the community. Furthermore, I believe that projects which promote rehabilitation, renovation, and expansion of existing buildings help improve living conditions, address many climate issues, and allow more people to reach higher living standards. Please consider our request.
Thank you. So, are there any comments or questions from the board?
According to Jarvis's plot plan, you're putting a proposed porch on the front,
A small, yes.
okay,
Yes.
and a deck on the rear, and I see where it says proposed addition. Just that there was no mention in the legal thing about the front porch, but I don't see that being a problem myself.
Yeah, we would like that as well, if that, because that is really the only thing that would increase our footprint towards the street. If that is of a problem, that I guess that could go on the chopping block.
You're on the edge of the hill
On the back,
in the back.
yeah.
Do you own part of the down part?
Yes, yes.
How much flat do you have?
The entire slope, and then with the apex or the bottom of that hill, when it goes flat, that is the property line.
There's an existing porch today, though, correct?
Yes, there's one in the front and one in the back. The one that we are asking to have built, where there's two that we're asking for. One is the little one at the entry of the kitchen, the single story part of the house, and then a new deck, I should say, of the new addition at the back.
Back left.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, okay, the one that we currently have at the back, the deck, we got a permit for that, and also a special permit to do a few years back, and that will be taken down, and the new addition will basically take up that footprint of the existing deck, the new existing deck.
So the one in the front is gonna stay, it doesn't encroach more on the frontage?
That's correct, yes.
It's gonna stay the same, more
That's
or
correct,
less?
yes.
Okay.
Well, we'll just fix it up, because it's deteriorating,
Sure.
but yeah, we're
But
not.
it's not
gonna
any bigger
increase-
than it was before?
That's correct, yeah.
Right, so it's no less non-conforming
Right.
because of that.
And the one that he'd be adding on the left side is only further back than what's already existing?
That's correct, yeah.
I think we did one, the house next door, or the house next door to that one, a few years back.
Yeah, there's a house on a perpendicular street, Perry Lane, that had a similar situation and I think they just finished last year.
Well, they were all smaller lots up there, so.
Yeah,
Yeah, in Grafton's
Yeah.
wisdom, we made a zoning bylaw that forces everybody that lives in an area to come in front of ZBA.
They want to do any improvements?
Well, our next case is a perfect example also, so.
So, Mr. Chair,
Just read.
so you're adding on the footprint of the single-story home now, the whole footprint, you're going up another level, not just part of it, or?
well, it's a little hard to explain, but if you picture an L shape, vertically, there's the existing kitchen. If it's here, the L shape goes up from the back and then over towards the front. So we're adding on another story or second story to the existing kitchen portion, and then 2 stories attached to it at the back.
Got it.
Okay, so a whole new addition that's gonna be two stories.
Yes,
Okay,
yeah,
gotcha.
I mean, this is the picture of it, correct?
that's correct. Yes,
Nice drawing.
thank you.
It's just hard to read the,
I know. It's very small. Can it provide magnifying?
I could. I have a magnifying glass in my desk if you would like one.
That's okay.
Mr. Chair.
Well, nothing's getting closer to the street, so.
Yeah. Are you pouring new foundation at all?
At the back, yes, for the new portion of the addition, not at the front. Well, we're looking to waterproof whatever is there. We have a stone, existing field stone foundation, so we'll just waterproof it.
Mr. Mejia, did you have another question?
Yeah, so I guess no, I guess I get it now. So the existing L shape, that's, you know, if I'm looking at on the left side, you're gonna build an addition off the back side of it, and that's where you're gonna be pouring new foundation and,
That's correct, yes.
and building larger. I guess my question would be, does that affect any rear setbacks? I don't think.
No, because I think there's plenty of room.
I
Yeah,
think he's
yeah.
fine in the
We're,
rear.
yeah, side and back setback.
It's just a small thing, right?
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
edge of the proposed deck. Is it-
And that would sit flush with what's already existing.
Correct.
Yeah.
Well, in the rear, he's fine. He only needs
Yeah.
15 feet and he's got 38 and 41.
Oh, that's right. 50.
Mr. Chair.
Mr. Lynn.
What is the new height, total height gonna be?
Not having the plans in front of me, it will be approximately 1.5 feet taller than the existing.
1.5 feet?
Yes.
Taller.
How is it only 1.5 feet taller with the second story?
Because the existing
Or are we just-
house already has 2 stories.
Oh, okay, so
Yeah.
you're just adding a second story where there isn't one,
Exactly,
but
so-
matching the other.
Yeah, so in that image that you see on the right, the right part is the existing and the left is new.
Got it.
Yeah, and actually, Katrina, if you could pull up the Google Maps or the street view, I think it.
Yeah, I'll be able to see it.
No way that'll be over 35 feet, so. Is that a walkout cellar in the back?
That's correct.
It is.
Yes. It's only a 7-foot ceiling, not a barely 6'11".
I think they had shorter people back then. Or they got sick of digging, I don't know.
There we go. So that portion on the left will have a second story on it.
That's correct.
And so the peak of that second story would be 1.5 feet higher than the
Approximately,
peak
yeah.
on
Yeah,
the.
not
right.
much, yeah.
And Mr. Chair, the only other thing I had was potentially for the findings. It wasn't listed in the legal notice, but I believe we're short on the side setback as well. On facing the property on the left-hand side, we got 14.6 to the structure, so we're not, the back deck doesn't make it any worse. I don't think the addition makes it any worse. But it's slightly less than the 15.
Well, it's funny, the addition, part of it's gonna make the 15,
Yeah.
and part of it's 4/10 shy of it.
Yeah, and that part where it is, I guess, close to that side setback, we already got a special permit to go in, to be in that zone when we asked for the special permit for the deck. That's been built a couple of years ago.
And the deck and the addition will have the same footprint as
Yes,
the current deck.
that's correct.
Are there any public comments?
No.
Do we know who the person on the phone is?
That's probably the next case,
Okay.
because they're in as a, attendee or participant.
Okay. And were there any comments from town departments?
There were. Board of Health.
Responses, but no comments.
Zero, no comment,
Yeah,
right?
Board of Health, no comment.
You don't need to open them.
Yeah, most of them are no, they have no issues with it.
I went through those.
Yeah, that was it.
Okay.
But they were answering, so that's good.
Yeah, yeah.
Any further comments or questions from the board?
No.
Do you have one question? Just out of curiosity, what are you using for siding on the home?
Oh well, that's still we're disputing that with my wife. What's it gonna end up?
Would you like us to stipulate anything? In the decision?
I was hoping for something, maybe like a Scandinavian minimalist look where it's vertical boards, wood boards. But well, we'll see. That's TBD.
All right. So, with no further comment, let's see, I believe I have the findings. So for the special permit, do we have to address the side setback? Or is it
Yes.
already- There's already a special permit.
There was already a special permit for that for the deck, and this is I mean, you could just to be safe, but the special permit was already issued for the deck, and this is going right over the deck. But if you just want to err on the side of caution, you could.
I think we should. But can we do that because it wasn't in the legal note?
Yes, you can. We've done that before.
Oh, I guess that's the
And
legal language I just said.
We used one of these as exhibit.
Right.
It's got all the numbers in it, so.
It is, what did we say the side setback was, 14.6?
14.6, yeah.
The neighborhood consists of single-family homes.
Yeah.
Is this in the water supply overlay district?
No.
Have to be one hell of a flood to get up that high.
Yeah, it's really. Well, he backs into Julie, into Truth.
The what?
The back of his hill is Julie, at Truth.
Oh,
Which is
new.
in water supply.
Yeah.
Part of her is.
Hers is looking really good too.
She's open.
She's open?
Yeah.
She opened 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. It looks good.
Yeah, there's a lot of cars there now.
Beautiful inside.
Is it?
I need to go check.
Oh, there's like saunas, cold tubs.
Put the float tub back in it.
Like saunas and cold
Yeah.
tubs.
Get all these findings if you want them.
Yeah, I have them. I've got them all. All right. So could I have a motion that the board,
Well, first you have to close the public hearing.
oh yeah, out of sorts without Mr. McCusker keeping me
That's why we need you
on
here.
process or
2.5 more years,
on
maybe.
point here.
He needed you last week.
So could I have a
Yeah.
motion to close the public hearing on case number
918.
918?
So moved.
Second.
Motion being
We,
seconded.
we have no comments from anybody else.
No.
And I'll appoint Mr. Thomas as a voting member for the purpose of this case. So, Ms. Reed,
Yes.
Mr. Mejia,
Yes.
Mr. Adams,
Yes.
Mr. Thomas.
Yes.
Chairman votes yes, so the public hearing is closed. Could I have a motion to grant a special permit for 16 High Street to issue, let's see, for construction of a second-story addition over an existing single-story portion of the house where the front setback is 40 feet setback is 40 feet in the neighborhood business zone, and the house is 8.7 feet off the front setback, where the side setback requires 15 feet, and the proposed structure will be 14.6 feet off the side yard setback. Anything else I'm missing in that motion?
No, it sounds good.
I need a first and a second.
Do we need the front porch at all?
No, because,
No.
No, because
because the house is further in the setback.
covers that.
Yeah.
So moved.
Second,
Motion made and seconded. Ms. Reed,
yes.
Mr. Mejia,
Yes.
Mr. Adams.
Yes.
Mr. Thomas.
Yes.
Chairman votes yes, the special permit is granted.
So the way it works, I have 14 days to get the decision written and signed by the board and submitted to the town clerk. Then there's a 21-day appeal period. So I would suggest, well, though that 26 days is going on, submit your building permit. Get everything in, get everything reviewed. That way, when you bring me back the certificate of no appeal that you filed with the registry of deeds, they can push the button and issue the permit.
Okay, I've already submitted
Okay.
permit. Do I have to resubmit?
Have they reviewed everything?
Yeah, I've had
Okay,
moments.
so as
yeah,
soon as you bring me that, we can issue the permit.
Okay,
I
sounds
just
good.
need your signature on this, cause this becomes exhibit A in the decision.
Okay.
Just sign
Anywhere?
right there.
Oh,
So when I file the decision, I will mail you a copy of it, and in the letter that covers it, it will tell you when the 21st day is to come and pick up the certificate of no appeal.
okay. Perfect.
Okay?
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank
you.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Bye.
Hopefully you get the vertical boards.
Yeah.
Brian, do you wanna give me your findings?
Thank you.
Good night. Dear little pink shoes.
Just outside.
I'm gonna be gone until the 15th.
Of August?
Yeah,
Okay.
so, but signing, do, get to
If,
set up
if,
the
if
sign.
you're not here to sign, as long as I can get 4.
4 out of 5, right? Yeah,
Usually
okay.
it's me that.
Usually I'm hounding
well.
Brian.
Susie Brian.
Yeah.
He has a hike to come in.
All right, so we will move on to case number 919, 9 Hingham Road.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
So my name is Andrew Wadeen at 9 Hingham Road, North Grafton.
And hold on.
Yeah.
Our clerk needs to read the legal notice, so just give us 1 minute.
Oh. Apologize.
That's okay.
No worries.
The Grafton Board of Appeals has received a petition from Andrew Wydeen for 9 Hingham Road, requesting that the Zoning Board of Appeals grant a special permit to build a deck on a pre-existing non-conforming structure within the side setback. The board will conduct a public hearing on July 30th, 2025 at 7 p.m. in Conference Room A at the Municipal Center, 30 Province Road in Grafton, to consider this request and/or take whatever action is necessary, including the granting of a finding, special permit, variance, or other necessary relief allowed under the zoning bylaw. Any person wishing to be heard in conjunction with this request should appear at the time and place designated or by letter to this board in time to be read at the hearing. Zoning Board of Appeals, Brian Waller, William McCusker, Kay Reed, Alex Mejia, Peter Adams, Jiffy Thomas, and Brian Langevin.
All right, so we turn it over to the applicant.
Okay. Good evening. Thank you, everyone, for having me on and taking your time out. Kind of what you explained, this is for a proposed back deck on a non-conforming lot in a non-conforming neighborhood. The deck itself, we were looking for a 14 by 22, which included a 4-foot landing. So the deck itself would be 14 by 18. We do have a certified plot plan that was pulled by Joe O'Brien, who's the general contractor for us at Window Logic. And that was pretty much it. Any questions or comments?
So this doesn't change the non-conformance that already exists, right? This is not, you're not encroaching further into the setback.
No, they're right at the edge of the
Correct.
house. Right here.
And then, is there a fence between your property and your neighbors on that side?
Yes, there is. So there'd be like a 7-foot gap between the fence and then that 4-foot landing for the stairs.
Mr. Chair.
Mr. Landover.
Just a couple administrative things, maybe just for Katrina. The application itself seemed pretty light. And the certificate of good standing wasn't signed.
We don't have them signed anymore because the treasurer signs off through the system, through Viewpoint.
Okay, so we've got confirmation there's,
It wouldn't
No issues,
continue
nothing.
without it,
Okay.
correct?
and then the same
But
thing
what-
with the, sorry, go ahead.
Sorry. So don't we have, I mean, I think we should have something that
It's in the
has that
computer.
sign off.
It's in Viewpoint. They
Can
sign
you
off on
print
it.
off that signature?
Yeah, it says nothing anymore.
Because everything goes through Viewpoint now. That's
Well-
why.
What was Viewpoint?
The database, this. See, it's right here.
Is Viewpoint the same as OpenGov?
Yes.
Is it the same thing for the abutters list? That,
No, the abutters list, they still have to fill out the paperwork and bring it to the assessor's office.
and we're sure, so the bottom portion wasn't filled out. We're sure that got paid, those notices got sent out, everything.
Yes, I do that.
Okay. Yeah, that's all I have.
Do we have an abutters list?
No.
So
I don't
when-
give you, I think I gave you guys your stuff before, but yes, I do have the abutters list. It's in here. The certified abutters list. Cause I had to send out the legal notices.
Did something change? In the way,
When Joe O'Brien dropped it off, he marked variance, which is why I had him initial it, because he thought it was a variance, but it was before it was stamped in or anything. So, he initialed it and he hit the special permit. Joe didn't realize it was a special permit, because it was a pre-existing non-conforming lot and a pre-existing non-conforming structure.
so why, how come, I'm just looking at the packet from the other one we just did. 16 High Street. And that one is signed.
Because sometimes they take them down there and they sign them without, but we don't use the form anymore. It's in the online packet. We use the computer. We're trying to get everything into the database. The problem is, because all of my stuff has to get stamped in with the town clerk, we cannot accept applications online until the state catches up with technology, and they haven't figured that out yet. Because if somebody submits something at midnight on Saturday, does that mean the clock starts ticking before I stamp it in? So there's still some, like my applications for special permit to planning, all of those are still paper and hand delivered. We upload everything, and then instead of having them sign off, the treasurer collector, they sign off in here. We still get paper copies every now and then, but we go by what's on the database in OpenGov. We're still trying to figure out how to catch up with technology and the state and the timelines.
But I guess what from our standpoint, how do we know if it's,
Because I can't continue if if the treasurer collector has not signed off on it. I can't do anything. I still have to legally stamp it in, because when we receive it, we have to stamp it in.
And does that happen after that confirmation? Or
Not necessarily, no. Because they could bring it in, which has happened, they bring it in and bring it directly to the town clerk without me ever reviewing it. And once it's stamped in, the clock starts ticking and I have to process it. So, we can do both, we can have them take the paper, and the town clerk will sign it.
Yeah.
But then they have to go back in here and hit it for the next step for me to be able to continue. Cause we have that stop on everything, on every building permit, everything. The town clerk has to, or treasurer collector has to make sure the only permits we can issue without that are roofs.
but I think I'm missing a step somewhere. So, when you mean to continue to what?
So if they pay the application fee, the certificate of good standing, if that doesn't turn green, I can't do the legal notice or do anything. It stops until that gets paid. And I call them and tell them that until that gets paid, nothing can get processed, even though they've submitted it,
But the clock is still ticking, isn't it?
because they've stamped it in. I can't
That's what I
do
mean,
anything.
So we still have to have a hearing whether they've paid or not.
Correct.
Yes.
But that means until they pay it, they won't get a building permit either.
Right.
So,
So I guess to that point, I guess we're relying on you to let us know in the hearing.
Correct.
If there's an issue.
correct. And it's 99% of the time I call them and they come in and handle whatever's outstanding. It gets handled immediately.
But this is nowhere on, is there a link to this case? Or this, is this public or is this,
No, this is
Internal.
public. Anybody who signs into OpenGov and has a login can get in and look at any permit we have on any address. So if you go into to 9 Hingham, I can sign in as myself on the outside. So this is my town login. But if I go to, hold on. If I go to, where's building department?
I do it all the time.
Yes, you do.
so
So watch, I'll show you what happens. So anybody can go online and see this from the outside. So you go in,
Scroll all the way down.
I think I have it. Can't remember what I used as my personal login. No, I can't.
that's all right. I'm with you. But I guess what I'm saying is, I think someone that's on the ZBA website for this case, how do they know that there's other information that's not available on the ZBA page? Like the certificate, the signed certificate of good standing.
Oh,
Can we put a link to this on the
no,
application page?
no. Because they'd have to I could, but they'd have to get a login.
That's fine. It could, but if it takes them to this case and they have to log in to see it, that's fine.
No, so this case is on the town webpage.
Right.
In order to get into OpenGov, you have to have a login. So I'd send them back to the building department page or to OpenGov, and they'd have to create a login to sign in to see
Which
it.
is fine. But it would provide access to that information that isn't in the in the application packet.
Even if it was just a boilerplate,
Okay, I'll just make sure it's signed and uploaded from now on, guys. To add
No. So I'm not saying to change anything. I'm just saying, because it's a good point that if someone just looks through the application packet, they need a lot of other information to know that it's, I mean, I
Yeah.
didn't catch that, and I had,
They need a lot of other information to know.
and I didn't know that I could go in there and look at it, honestly.
Isn't it part of, though, Katrina's job for us is to make sure all those steps are,
Right, I'm
done,
saying from
so-
someone from public
Oh,
that they would need, I'm not saying for us,
yeah, okay.
because Katrina takes care of us. I'm
Yeah,
talking
right.
someone that looks up this case and they see, hey, they don't have a signed certificate of good standing, when in reality, it's already been approved. They just don't see it on that. But if we had even just a link or a boilerplate that says,
There's more
this may not
information at this-
reflect all up-to-date information or something, please go to here to see.
Just a message that the signed copy is available on
Yeah.
the site,
Can you add
opengov.com.
that to the, are you able to do that?
Yeah, because I create each case page
Yeah,
on the website.
gotcha.
But if you could, what would be awesome is if you could put a link to the OpenGov thing on the case page, even if they have to log in to get to it. But then,
They can create their own account.
yeah,
Right, I can do that.
I think that'd be great.
Add that to your
That's my to-do list. Sure thing.
All right, sorry, we went off on a
That's
Yeah, we
okay.
did.
tangent there.
Our applicant's waiting.
I learned a lot.
I've got one question. How do we
Yes, sir.
know, how do we know who this person is? We can't see him? I don't know if we're talking to the homeowner
No,
or.
that is, because that's his number on his application. That's the homeowner.
What do you mean his number?
His phone number. They have to put their phone numbers on the application.
Oh,
And it matches.
I'm driving
And-
home from work. I
and-
apologize.
And he could not,
I have a
guys, he
problem
could
with
not be a
this.
participant if I did not send him the link.
Yeah.
So he can only be a participant
If you allow him to.
if I sent him the link. Or an attendee. I forget what we are. I always forget what we are.
Can we ask him a question that only
That's
the
all.
applicant would?
Absolutely, I can. He's a panelist. He would not be able to be a panelist if I did not send him the link.
Gotcha.
isn't that all public information? The
What?
link?
Not our link.
It isn't?
No.
No.
There's a separate.
There's a separate link for the public.
Oh, okay. All right, why can't the deck be moved to the left?
That's what was gonna be my question.
That's my question too.
So there's a cellar door, a walkout cellar door basement, and that would encroach the height of the actual deck. And then there's an existing patio right there as well, like a concrete pad.
Is that a walkout or is it for the basement, is that a walkout or a bulkhead?
It's a walkout.
Okay. All right, no, that answers. You know how I said before, the 7-foot, sidelines? All over the airport,
All over up there.
all over.
It's
up
all
there.
over.
Half the houses up there is 7
That
feet
and,
from the, 7 feet from the sideline.
That and
Yeah.
Hollywood Gardens.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
all
they're all
7
built the
feet.
same era.
Yeah, also.
And I think these are the lines of houses that have their fences way beyond the property line. You
Could
pull
be.
up the
Could be.
picture or the photograph on Google Maps. It shows up there.
And you wonder why they did that back then, because you look at the left side and you got 32.6 feet. Then they hug the right sideline, you know?
So they keep,
So, way back, the surveyor must have not have been too good when the guy was digging the foundation.
All right, are there any other questions or comments from the board? Hearing none. Is there anyone else online?
No. So here's the rear view of the house, guys. If you want to see it. The deck's gonna go right here.
Is that what he was on the right there? Is that a door?
Yep.
Can
No,
you-
to the further right?
Can you explode that a little bit?
Right there.
I can't because it makes it too blurry.
Oh,
It does look like a.
no, but there's something there, so he's right.
Andrew, did you say there's another door on the other side from the basement?
Yeah, are you looking at the plot plan?
No,
No,
we're looking at a
looking at
picture of the
the-
back of the house.
We should be sharing it if you.
he's,
I think you're driving. If you zoom in.
So there's only one exit, that basement walkout, and then there's like 3 steps down, into the actual lawn. There's an elevated patio to the left, which is like 2 steps up, and then there's a little etch that's actually a bay window that was there, in that proposed deck section.
Can't tell it's a walkout.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
it's
looks
hard to
level.
tell.
Yeah, anyway.
I'm trying to see if there's anything else better I
You
can
can
see.
try Zillow as well. They got a better picture.
Usually this is pretty good, but. Yeah, they're all like that. They all hug one side. It's kind of funny.
All right. So if there's no further comments, can we have a motion to close the public hearing on case number 919?
So moved.
Second.
Think you got to appoint one of us?
Yes, I'll appoint Mr. Langevin as a voting member for this case. Ms. Reed,
Yes.
Mr. Mejia,
Yes.
Mr. Adams.
Yes.
Mr. Langevin.
Yes.
Chairman votes yes, the public meeting is closed. So could I have a motion?
I move the Grafton Board of Appeals grant a special permit for,
Lean up a little bit. Bill's gonna yell at us.
what's that?
Bill's gonna yell because you're too far away from the
Oh.
microphone.
Oh. I just lost my whole train.
Sorry.
I move the Grafton Board of Appeals approve a special permit for 9 Hingham Road to build a deck on a pre-existing non-conforming structure within a side setback,
Second.
as per Exhibit A. And how do we get the applicant to
I'll email it
sign?
over to him.
Oh.
Andrew, I'll email you a copy of the, plot plan and I just need you to sign it and get it back to me, okay?
Okay.
Okay. It won't happen probably till Monday. I'm out the next 2 days, so I'll get it over to you.
So,
Okay, I appreciate that.
Yep.
so there was a motion made. Is
And Kay seconded it.
okay. So we'll take a roll call vote. Ms. Reed,
Yes.
Mr. Mejia,
Yes.
Mr. Adams,
Yes.
Mr. Langevin.
Yes.
Chairman votes yes. The special permit's granted.
So I don't know if you heard me in the last meeting. I have 14 days to get the decision written and signed by the board. Then I file it with the town clerk, and then there is a 21-day appeal period. On that 21st day, you need to come to the town clerk, pick up the certificate of no appeal, take it to the Worcester County Registry of Deeds, file it, and return the filed certificate of no appeal to me. Joe pretty much know how's this work. Tell Joe, I don't know if Joe's already submitted everything, but I'll give him a call Monday and find out and let him know what's going on, okay?
Okay, I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
All right, thank you.
You
All
want
right.
this? You want
Thank you,
this?
board.
Yes,
Good night.
You want this, Katrina?
and I need the findings,
Yep,
working on them, okay.
Yep.
You got up and walked all the way over there?
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
I don't have a computer to send it on. I used to go to they used to have little classes. Do they do that anymore? The little classes they used to have 2 or 3 a year on ZBA.
Yes.
We did
see-
one last
Yeah,
week.
I did one,
Yeah.
I just did it again.
Are they just online or can you
You
go
can
in
do
person?
online or in person.
They have in person? They had one once, and the person presented it, and he was a real 40A guy. And he said, I don't care if somebody puts an application in on the back of a matchbook cover. You gotta take it. Cause they were talking about getting the money and like we were talking before and that, the fees and he says, I don't care if they write it out on the back of a matchbook cover.
Yes.
It's legal.
To that point, Katrina, I know I sent you a note on like the materials we got, the plans for 16 High Street were illegible, both electronically and in hard copy.
Because it was a smaller copy of his set of 24 by 36.
Yeah, and so to Peter's point, I understand there's probably no way that we could require it, but it's 2025. I've got to imagine most of these people have electronic copies that are the good PDFs that you can zoom and play with, more than a scanned copy. So we might not be able to require it, but we should at least ask, and if they have them handy. I know personally it'd be tremendously helpful, and in that case, all I was really looking for was height, but
I think we have the right to ask.
yeah,
If we make them
can't
survey
read
their
it,
yards.
yeah.
Which we do now at $3,000.
And they've got to be available.
Right. No, we can't rule on something we can't read.
Yeah.
Let's face it.
I should have just taken his ones from the building permit, which I think I just printed those copies, but I should have pulled those ones up, because those are the better
Those
plans.
are better ones.
Yeah.
Like I said, in this case, I think it was more information than we necessarily needed, but there are cases where we need more than
Right.
a building height.
Yeah. I didn't even think to look under the building permit because it was stopped.
And now that I know that page is there, would they, if we looked it up in the website you had pulled up earlier, are they available there?
Yeah.
Okay.
All
so
you have to do is
now I
create a
know.
login, create your own login on OpenGov,
Yeah.
and you can go in. You won't have access to the attachments because
Oh, okay.
you have to be a user on that account, but I can always get you what you need, or you can come in and look at it on my computer.
So, why don't we skip the minutes from the last meeting?
Okay.
So we
That's it.
done. So I have a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second,
Motion made and seconded. Ms. Reed,
yes.
Mr. Mejia,
Yes.
Mr. Adams,
Yes.
Mr. Langevin,
Yes.
Mr. Thomas.
Yes.
Chairman votes yes. We're adjourned.
Okay.